Okay, you may wonder where I am. I'm out near Tower Bridge. I'm going for a photo shoot in a minute, and well, it's actually a surprise proposal. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting because I haven't done one since I think last year because it was a lockdown. I did have one proposal job to do, and but yeah, since then I haven't had anything, as you can imagine what happened. But here I am, first proposal of the year. Woo! Yeah, many of you had questioned me before, how did I usually do that? And also what sort of gear I took, to do all these shoots before. So I'm gonna do this episode just to, let you know a little bit about the essence of location shoot. And also what do I usually take in some equipment wise. This can apply to all kinds of format, you just have to work out the equivalent focal length and whatnot. And also why I take this equipment instead of the others. So this is today's episode. Ooh, look at this. I always like this. I always use props to do my photos. This is cool. See, I can use this as the foreground and to actually pan up to see what's going on behind. Isn't it cool? Right. I'm nearly the location. It's a little bit of a walk, but I don't mind that because I always think that this side of the bridge is always a little bit quieter. So it's more suitable for most people, I would say, because not everyone is a very, I don't know what the word to use, but less afraid of the public, let's say that, to display their affection to the other half. Because I know that I've done some photo shoot whereby the clients are very shy, like they just can't have a natural smile even, on the street. So that's a bit tough for me to do as a location shooter. So, I'll try usually as much as I could to relax them. But proposal is a very different story. You have to have that courage to do that in public. So this is something that I often found very challenging in most cases. So that's why I always pick a location and a time where there's less people. As you can see, that it's not many people around here at the moment, but I will definitely try to mitigate or try to preempt any potential problem that may cause the client to I wouldn't say misbehave, but misperformed or underperformed. Sorry, that's the word, underperformed. You can see the bridge right behind me there, and it's pretty good angle here. And the tide is low, so I'm not getting obstructed by the boat on the bank here. And it's actually clear enough, lucky, because we had a couple of days of very dense fog in London, which I haven't seen in a while. So today is pretty clear, so I should be able to get a decent shot. And especially now, the cloud or the haziness here actually diffuses the light quite nice. So we should have some romantic shots here. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, this is perfect timing, I think. So I'm set. I know where I'm going to be standing or thereabout. There are some improvisions, depending on where the couple is standing. So yeah, but I know roughly where I'm going to be now. Timing is good now because like I said, the tide is low, so the boat is not obstructing the actual bridge view itself. So that's perfect timing, and they should be here in about 15 minutes time. So I got some time to kill. So while I'm waiting for them, I'm going to show you what's in my bag, so you know exactly what gear I take for a location shoot or surprise proposal shoot like this one here. Let's have a look. Okay, I did promise that I'm going to show you my bag and what's in here, or what sort of gear that I take for my photo shoot. So here it is. So first of all is my trusty workhorse, the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark III. And what lens is on it? Is my most frequently used lens at location portrait shoot, which is the 17mm 1.2 Pro. Love this beast. So what else do I have in here? And I have the other lens that I use very, very often, which is the, here we go, looks badass, isn't it? No, it's actually the 42-150 f2.8 Pro, and this is a very good lens for me to do any let's say candid moment shots from distance, because sometimes I just want not to post them, you know, just trying to get the natural reactions and natural affections that's showing between the couple. Then I would just ask them to stand there, just talk to each other a little bit, and I would basically walk off and just use a long lens to go close up using the zoom instead of being there physically closer to them. So this way that, you know, I would be able to see the natural affection to them. I would just, you know, trying to wait for the perfect moment and just click a few shots. So this is basically it. And another shot is this. Another one of my workhorse lenses is the 25mm 1.2 Pro. This thing is really cool for some half-length portraits and headshots, close-ups, and yeah, it's just generally really good lens. So this is kind of the three lenses I use in most cases, and in fact these same three lenses are the three lenses that I would say 80% of the time in all my wedding shoots. Yeah, so I don't need any other lenses, to be quite honest. Occasionally I will use some specialist lens like the ultra wide 7-14 if I have to capture something with let's say in a very confined space, or if I need to capture like everything in a shot, like in terms of framing wise, the whole locations and stuff. So that's just something I would personally do.
Wondering if thousands of miles away the sky's just as blue. It's as if I'm stuck in yesterday when I'm thinking of you. 'Cause when you have your morning coffee, I'm turning out the lights so I could dream. And when you smile through the screen, I wish you could be with me.
So I just finished the shoot. It went extremely well. Of course, you said yes. That's the most important thing, right? Yeah, lovely couple, lovely people. We have a lot of laughs together, which is fantastic. Which is what the photo shoot, why I enjoy so much about, you know, location shoots like this with couples like this. It's just really nice. Even though London may not have the most grand, I would say, you know, in terms of scenes wise, because, you know, if you go to mountains, obviously it looks more dramatic, but still, you know, it's an iconic place. You know, it's all, at the end of the day, it's the client's choice, right? If they love it here, they will do it here. So yeah, and I'm happy. I'm really happy. So now go back to the gear. Let me just talk a little bit about the individual gears that I told you earlier and why I choose them. Okay, right, here we go. I want to talk a little bit about my lenses and why I choose them in terms of focal length wise. Well, first of all is the 17mm. Well, in full frame, that's 34, but it's close enough to 35, which is the focal length I really enjoy using for all my documentary, travel, and just general environmental portrait works. It just, to me, is very natural to the normal field of view of human eyes. I know many people always consider the 50mm as the standard lens because you get the more natural compressions and it looks more natural to the eyes. It is true, you know, that's why I also have the 25 here as well. But in most cases, I just think that the 17, it just gives me, it has the flexibility that I can go close and further away if I really want to. So it just really flexible and easygoing focal length in my case. The 25, I always have them because it's first of all, it's standard lens. Like I said, the field of view is actually not too narrow, but it's enough for me to do like a half lane or headshot if I really want to, or get really close and get the very intimate details of them. And the 25 is absolutely stunning. Lastly, the 42-150 2.8 Pro. Well, I think I kind of mentioned it already. That's more like a candid shot, a candid moment lens for me, so I can step further away from the subjects and they can just do whatever they want, and I just need to capture those moments by observing them throughout the entire durations of the shoot. So that's a very good lens to have, and being a 2.8, obviously it's got a great a bright aperture, so in tricky situations, lighting situation, I can still use them, and trying to keep the ISO low. And also being a 2.8, if you go at a slightly longer focal length, I can get the really good subject separation as well. So yeah, that's really awesome. Many people always, another question about using Micro Four Thirds for professional environments. Well, I don't see the differences there at all. It's down to personal choice at the end of the day, and I actually do think Micro Four Thirds is quite good for shoots like this. A lot of people like the shallow depth of field look, and to be quite honest, it may just a little bit too much for in my case, because a lot of my location shoot clients actually pay me so they can see the background, right? So if I use a full frame lens, I would probably have to stop down to f6.3, f8 anyway to get anything decent so they can still recognize where they are. So a micro four third, it works perfectly for me. So even if I shoot at 1.2, 2.8, they can still see the background, really lovely. And so in my case, I just think that it's a perfect location shoot system for me. And it's also, you know, as you know, very small and light. So like my entire bag, even though it looks big in here, it's just very light for me, and I can carry extra stuff for me if I want to. Let's say after this shoot, and I'm gonna head on to central London, do more street shooting if I want to, without having to bear that weight and that pressure on my shoulder. So by the end of the day, I'm still going to be happy and not crying, saying, oh, I got a backache or something. I'm not young anymore, I'm telling you. So, but anyway, so this is today's shoot. Where is it? It was the boat opposite to the other side, just right by the Tower of London. But anyway, yeah, this is the end of my vlog, and hope you guys have a little bit of an insight of what I do. I know that I would love to show you the footage where when I'm actually doing the proposal shoot, but like I said earlier, it's a respect to my clients and not to invade the privacy so much. So I'm just trying to be professional there. I just want to take the photos, and I'm going to talk to you guys afterward. But there we go, and I hope you enjoyed this, and remember to give me a thumb if you enjoyed this video, and also put a subscribe button to stay tuned for all my activities in London, and of course other photography and filmmaking stuff, and Olympus. Peace. See, I'm unbuttoning everything. See, like, this is the problem with London these days, especially in October. In the morning, it's freezing. It was really cold, so I have like really thick thermal jackets in. I got a fleece on, although it's not a full-length fleece. But now it's warmed up. It's pretty warm actually, especially I got too many layers on. But this is London. Global warming is right here. It's happening, and I just hope that we have the old London back. I remember the days in the early 90s, mid 90s. We used to have fogs around about October time, like heavy, dense fog. And you know, this is what, you know, the old saying of London being a foggy city. It is true. It was really dense. You can't even see like 5 meters away from you. But I don't see that anymore. And also, it's definitely getting warmer. And apparently, I heard on the news saying that it's the warmest October on record, as far as they know. October's not passed yet, so but this fly, and apparently we are heading towards the record-breaking October, the warmest October we ever had on record. So yeah, it's not good at all. And I just hope, you know, people be more aware of these situations and also being more responsible and just do the right thing. I truly love this kind of iSteady V2 AI tracking stuff, because it's really amazing. I really enjoy using it. And now with the iPhone, the cinematic mode is actually working quite well. If I just want to have a little bit of a subject separation, it works well. And I don't have to use my camera for dual purpose. I know, you know, like I still would prefer using a proper camera to do the thing, but sometimes a quick vlog like this, nothing can beat it in terms of convenience. All good, right? All good. Let's head over. I'm gonna get my coffee. And I'm gonna start walking to a central to meet my friends. Haven't seen them in 2 years, over 2 years actually, one of them. And yeah, so this lockdown thing has completely cut out my social life. Not good, right? Not good at all. But there we go. It is the day, and I'm here by myself without kids. I know my wife would kill me with that, but yeah, it's good to have some like me time, right? So this is my me time today. After the photo shoot, I might actually head up to Central to take some more photos, and before I meet my friends, and have good lunch, and then go back home to see my kids. Right, see you all very, very soon.